Hey guys, it's Shelly and Chloe. I cannot believe 2 weeks has gone by so quickly, but here we are at the end. So today we're going to do just a little short video to kind of show you some of the things that she's learned over the last 2 weeks. It's going to be hard to give her back. She is such a little character, so expressive with her face and her ears and her little chirping. She's loved all the dogs she's been around. She's a little bit hesitant even with the big dogs, but nothing adverse, nothing scared. She's just a little apprehensive, and once she trusts them, she's all in. But definitely her favorite playmate has been Copper, the little Cavapoo. They play nonstop and they play rough. She is very vocal when they play. It sounds like she's killing him. And my husband will say, Shelly, and I'm like, it's totally okay, they're just playing. And he does the same thing to her. So they bite, but they don't really bite down, but they're super loud. So when I call Chloe, I always use the e-collar to start with. So I'm gonna hold the stimulation button down and then call her. As she comes towards me, or when she takes that first step towards me, I let go of the stimulation button and hit the down button. So this particular model is an AI, which means it'll auto increase, and I have her set to go up in increments of 3. Generally, if there's no distractions at all, she's working under a 7. Today, I had her off leash at John Stiff Park while I was giving lessons to a golden retriever, and she was great until she gets hooked on a smell. And at that point, I just clicked up really quick, and I was at a 20, and she's like, oh, okay, here I come. So it just depends on the distraction level as to what number that you get to, but we want to keep it as low as possible. Now, she is definitely off-leash capable. She recalls every time I call her. If she doesn't, I use the stimulation and she comes on. They love to eat the tumbleweeds, and they love to eat my old okra stalks. So she may poop some sticks when she comes home, not a big deal. They all do it. They're highly digestible, both of them. But they like to chase each other with them too, so then they chew them up and they're all good. But if she's out there with a stick and I call her, sometimes she's like, nope, I'm not gonna come. So I just hold the e-collar down at a 4. If she doesn't come, I click up to a 6, then an 8, and as soon as she starts coming, I let go and just encourage her, come on, Chloe, and then she'll come. So it's kind of like an equalizer for you. So she is off-leash capable, but that being said, please use her leash until you're very proficient with the e-collar remote, because I don't want any accidents to happen. So we walked along a really busy road today, or street, in downtown Amarillo. She was not fazed by the cars, the trucks, any of that stuff, but you know, the trucks are gonna hit their air brakes because they wanna scare my dog, which I'm looking for that to see what reaction the dog's gonna have. She had none. But some of the dogs will jump, and you definitely don't want them jumping the wrong way if they're off leash. Then we went to the skateboard park. She did not like the skateboard when they flip them and pop them, and there was only one there. That's the one thing that she seemed like she was kind of nervous about and wanted to go away from. But generally, she's not scared of much. Being the first Norris Terrier I've had the privilege of training, I love the breed. If they're all like this, will be my next dog. So I'm going to show you how it works with the commands. When I call her, I use a verbal and a visual command. So when I say come, I usually wave her in. Sometimes they can't hear me, but they can see me. And she's like, oh, yep, Shelly's calling. Another thing is, she is very dirty. So I'm sure your groomer is going to think, where in the heck has your dog been? But I will tell you, when we're not working, they're having fun and playing, and they've just been a joy, a great group of dogs. And she's tired. She does not realize how tired she is. So generally, when she comes in, she's gonna go nuts when she sees you because she's gonna be so excited. And then all the air goes out, and they're just like, sometimes I have trouble keeping them asleep during a turnover, but definitely she's gonna sleep a lot the next couple of days. She's done great in the crate when we figured out when you cover it up, she sleeps. So great job on really conditioning her to make my job a lot easier. So Chloe, come. Good girl. Sit. Good. Down. Chloe. Now, down is her least favorite position. So when she didn't go into the down, I clicked the button, she looked at me and went into the down. It's a submissive position, so it's a little bit harder. When I heel the dogs, I always heel them on the left-hand side. And I want to start in a sit and end in a sit, because when I'm heeling a dog, Chloe, great. When I'm heeling them, I want them in that formal heel. It doesn't mean I always have them in a formal heel, but if I'm on a busy street or anywhere that it's really distractive, I want her right by my side. So when we're walking, I don't want her any further ahead than my toe, and she does tend to push forward just a little bit until she gets tired. Number one rule when you heel a dog is you don't stop if she stops. So if we're walking along and I notice, oh, she's back there on a smell, I'm gonna pull the leash and hold the e-collar button down until she's in this bubble. And occasionally when she gets tired, she'll start to lag a little bit. So when she's off leash, I hold the button down and tap my leg just so she knows, come on Chloe, it's time to get going. So before I start, we go into a sit and I'll say, Chloe, let's go. And we start walking. If there's a sidewalk, now she thinks we're ready. Sorry, Chloe. If there's a sidewalk right here, I'm gonna butt her up right next to the left-hand side of the sidewalk, and she sees that as a barrier. And so she's gotten used to walking right beside my left foot. As we're walking along, if I get ready to stop, I'll say, Chloe, and 2 little stomps. When she hears those stomps, typically she's gonna sit, but if she doesn't, I'll just ask her to sit. Before I heel, I always start off with my left leg first, so she's cueing on the movement of my left leg. If I want her to stay in a seated position right here, I'm gonna say, Chloe, sit, and I step away with my right foot first. So she knows when we're gonna walk, she's gonna see my left leg move. If I said, Chloe, sit, and I stepped away and she got up, I'm gonna hold the e-collar button down until her butt hits the ground, and then I release it. The next important thing is break. Break is our release word, and break means free time or play time. Wherever she wants to go, she's free to go. As long as when I say, Chloe, come, she comes back to me. So I don't want break to be just break, come, sit, down, like everything else. So when I say break, I usually throw my hands out. Break, 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 yay, Chloe! Good girl. Oh, that's good. So when we started, I had treats, and I carry treats with me most of the time anyway, just so I can really solidify. Break means you can get up and you're gonna get a reward. I want her reward to be affection. So if I can make my affection big enough, I don't have to have a treat, because she loves love, and I love to give it to her. So Chloe, break, 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 yay! Good girl. Oh. And they're just like us. When they know they're doing what we want them to do, they want to continue to do it. So place is what I use whenever we're gonna put her somewhere and I want her to stay in that position. I don't use the word stay. If you do, that's great. But what I find is people say sit, stay, down, stay, place, stay. And I'm thinking, your intent when you give that direction is for them to hold that. So let's just eliminate the word stay. So if I say sit, my intent is for her to hold that sit until she either hears another command or the word break. So place gets her away from company if you have somebody that's scared of dogs or don't want her around them. But it's also a confidence builder. And so she loves doing place. It's her favorite thing, and I want that to continue. Place can be anywhere. So if we're at the park and there's something low enough she can jump on, I try not to get her to jump too high because I don't want her to hurt herself or hurt any of her hip joints, any of that stuff. But if I say place, I have an open palm, which I always have a remote in it, show her what I want her to get on, and when she gets on, I'm gonna praise her. If you want her to stay on there, then we're gonna say, Chloe, sit, and then I walk away. So as you progress with her training when you get home, you can have her stay on that place called a little bit longer and a little bit longer. If you have a spot you want her to go to in your home, when you say spot, that means that spot never moves. So it can be a dog bed, it could be another play spot, but it never moves. Place can be anywhere. So like I said, if I'm at a park and I want to place her on a curb, on a bench, on a footstool, any of that stuff, place can be anywhere. Spot is always in the same spot. So this is what place looks like. Come here, sweet girl. Come on, sweet girl. Chloe, you ready? good girl. The other thing I do, good down, is use a marker word. The marker is just like a clicker, but you don't have to have anything in your hand. So as soon as she gets on that place cot, I tell her the word yes. Chloe, come. Come. Good girl. Good. All right, let's go. Come on, place. Yes, good girl. Down. Down. Yes. Now, yes is different than break. Break is a release. Yes is just marking the behavior. Down. Chloe. Down. Good. Down. Chloe. Break. Yeah, good girl. Good. So I know this is long. Place. Yes, good girl. But it'll give you something to watch as you're driving to Amarillo. So we will see you guys tomorrow at 10. Have a safe trip here and come with all your questions. We'll see you then. Good girl, Chloe.